moving on. We have the pastor himself. Okay. All right. Pastor Johnny Mac.
You don't have a bow tie either, do you? No.
Yeah, when he first, when he first came in to preach, they always, I guess Pastor Lawson is the one who, who studied this issue. So, like, if you're going to preach, yeah, you have to wear a tie, okay? Like, you have to be in a suit and a tie, and they have their, different kinds, special ties. The masters, whenever they graduate, they give them like a tie, red and whatever stripes. So, yeah, so like John MacArthur coming on like this is just like, you are not in uniform. What's going on over here? So he's explaining his situation, but let's listen in.
I hope you've enjoyed the week. I want to say thanks to all the men who preached. Just powerful, powerful handling of the Word of God. And my own heart has been refreshed as I've listened. And at the same time, circling in and out with medical doctors and trying to navigate the...
As he
Okay, hold on. All right, sorry guys. Okay, let me play this at the beginning. Then whatever MacArthur is saying is going to make sense. Okay, it's just a small clip.
among Gentiles.
Okay. Anyway,
been
never
going
mind.
through and
Never mind. Okay. So MacArthur is explaining what happened to him. So I'll let you guys listen in.
take all the medication that I'm prescribed, and I'm just really thankful to be here tonight. The last time I stood in this pulpit was January 1st, and I got up to preach that morning, and I don't know what was going on at the time, but I couldn't breathe. At least it felt like that. And so I said, excuse me, give me a chance to catch my breath. And what I later found out was that my heart had gone into atrial fibrillation, and I didn't know exactly what to do, but I do know I need to preach. So I just rattled my head a little bit and went on for an hour. Which was a blessed experience because I loved what I was preaching on, and it was a message I wanted to preach on a particular Sunday, the first day of a new year, and it was just filling my heart. So there's no way I wasn't going to preach, even though for a couple of weeks I hadn't felt exactly right. And then they benched me for the second service, and then they released me. They sent me away for the last few months, and really I'm coming back a little before the prescribed time, but I just can't miss this occasion. I'm not going to really preach a sermon, but I am going to unpack my heart. I brought a Bible up here with me, which is what I normally do when I come to preach, but I can't turn the pages. So I have been given a very brief tutorial on how to use an iPad. They know me well, so they put an iPad here, and right next to it, they put my own notes, just in case I get lost. Through the years, it has been a particular concern of me to address issues that I thought were significant in the evangelical world. Just kind of rose above the normal issues and the normal battles of ministry.
So yeah, this is one thing about Pastor John MacArthur for years, and so many, like he would say something before, like before the water spills, so to speak. And he's been obviously criticized over those things. Like, one particular example, he had said something about, like, Mark Driscoll, right? It was just like, this is not it. This is not how you do minister. Like, how he's preaching, doing, weird stuff like that. Him as well, even with Phil Johnson. And then the same thing about, like, Ravi Zacharias. Like, no, he likes, too much philosophy, no, not whatever scripture. That's just like as an example. And then you have Billy Graham. I mean, it's just endless, with RC's Pro. So I do believe, like, okay, that gift of discernment, he definitely does have it. So, like, he'll dress something, everybody is looking, because people are saying, like, you're just a dinosaur. Why are you hating on Mark Driscoll? Like, look where Joe MacArthur is and where Mark Driscoll is, right? And with everything else that happened. So now, this, he decided, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go to and the social justice thing, when they did the Dallas statement, I'm gonna bring in the message, things that he's think that it's an issue within the church. So for now, we'll be like, oh, okay, whatever it is, right? So that was very interesting. So, we can take a note, we can mark on the calendar and see where this will lead. But we continue. Sorry, Susie. Okay.
A book like Charismatic Chaos or Strange Fire addressed the massive charismatic movement that had made a large and inordinate mark on evangelicalism and confused a lot of people. And I wanted to address that, and the Lord allowed me to do that. In fact, there were actually 3 books dealing with that. And then perhaps a book that you would know, the book called The Gospel According to Jesus, addressed the issue of, is Jesus Lord?
I don't know if you guys, if you can see it. This is the book that he's talking about. Okay. I need to do it upside down because of the camera. But anyway, like, yeah, this book, better get this book. Get this book. Like, it's crazy. The stuff that he wrote in here, like, you read first chapter and everything is just like, like, yeah, God.
And must you believe that to be saved? The lordship controversy, as it was called. And that was a huge issue because there was bad theology being pumped out of a seminary that was populating the faculties of most Bible colleges and Bible institutes across America. And it was everywhere. And I felt I needed to address that. Followed it up with a gospel according to the apostles. And then when pragmatism came along, I felt like I needed to address that. And there have been other issues like that through the years that we've tried to tackle, issues that transcend just the normal and were rather epic issues for evangelical pastors in particular. And it's been a joy to do that, and it's been a joy to see the impact of the Word of God when truth is brought to bear against error. Error crumbles under the power of the truth. It's crushed under the power of the truth.
Okay, so because we did the entire watch party, this was a clip about it. That, okay, we're gonna talk some more a little bit about that. So he, he has a very good message. A lot of scriptures that he used last night, we just even couldn't keep up with it, and basically he preached eschatology to different pastors, obviously with different theological views. So it was just like, wow, man, Joe MacArthur is just like, you know what, I made it 3 years old. I had surgery. I'm just gonna preach, And he says, yeah, it's gonna make you guys uncomfortable. He was dropping in jokes over there, but it was so good and so nice just to see Pastor Macarthur. Very nice, So it was just like, oh wow. I was so happy. So many people were happy that he did. Yes, he preached on that Zechariah 14, yeah, it went down. So, but so these are the highlights that happened, and we